All right. I'm starting the night. How's it going? Well, I'm going to go ahead and start the show because right now I'm just getting ready to begin the show right now, guys. I know that most people are expecting something else, but let's go ahead and talk about some stuff. I know that my buddies are not here tonight. I don't know if they're going to be on. Let me go check something. I got to go check the audio. Check, check, check. Um, Microphone check. 1, 2. Testing, testing, 1, 2, testing, testing, testing. All right. Let me go ahead and test the applause button. All right, we got it done. Okay. Let me go see if my buddies are online. Because right now my mic is not working well, but I'm just trying to figure out how to work this out, considering what's going on tonight. Uh, there's a lot of things going on, and I'm just trying to make sure I get it done. Because considering what's going on is there's a lot of things going on tonight. A lot of people are talking about a lot of things that are happening. Um, I guess I better go ahead and start the show because I know that most people are expecting a lot of things to happen. I know that people are excited about a lot of things that are happening online, especially what's been happening lately. I know that there's been some news that is unfortunate that happened, and it is something that we kind of talk about a lot. I might bring up a topic right now, considering that this has happened. A lot of people are talking about the situation with an actor. No, no, not really an actress that recently was who passed away, who got attacked the other day. What happened was a female voice actress was stabbed while live streaming near Taganaba Station in Tokyo. And a middle-aged man who's actually in his 40s attacked this woman while she was live streaming. She was stabbed in the neck, and it was a sad story indeed. Um, so I looked up this woman's name. Her name is AI Megumi, and she is a voice actress. I tried to look up her job profile and everything, but I haven't really. Now, a lot of people are talking about her. Her name is Ira Sato. Now, Ira Sato is who refers to himself as AI Megumi. She's Ira Sato. Now, this is her. This is her. Let me go ahead and get these advertisements out of the way for you so you can see. This is her, by the way. Young girl, Ira Sato. I gotta look up her IDBM page to see if she is in. Now, she is a 22-year-old live streamer who recently passed away. This is Aro Sato Chan's. I think this is her page. No, that's not her page. That's probably not her page. Details of financial troubles. Here it is. Now, this was over something that happened. The details of financial troubles between Arasato and suspect Takahano in female live streamer murder case. Now, the shocking incident unfolded in the streets of Takanoba Shinjuku on March Tokyo, which is in Tokyo, which is Shinjuku district, when the streamer Magomi Aya, real name Aya Sato, Aya Sato, fatally stabbed it while live streaming. The suspect, Kenichi Takano, 42, arrested on the scene, admitting to police that he had lent her substantial sums of money, total approximately 2.5 million yen, without without ever being repaid. Takano reportedly became acquainted with Sato in 2021 through her live streams. Over time, their relationship took a financial dimension. Sato frequently asked for loans under various circumstances, claiming she had forgotten her wallet. lost access to her funds, needed urgent finance help. Messages exchanged between two suggest some requests escalated through Sato borrowing some small amount of money first before requesting large sums. Despite Takano providing financial support and repayment, never materialized. Eventually took legal action, winning the court case, outstanding debt. However, with the ruling in his favor, no payment was made. Unresolved financial disputes appears to have deepened his frustration, leading to escalation of emotions ended in violence. Yeah, that's kind of sad, really. That is kind of sad. Yeah, the dark side of a online relationship. Sato is known for her live stream presence, paused her activities for a period before returning. Phase reborn back on the day of the attack. She had been hosting. Okay, so there's been some issues. So I'm gonna try to at least see here. The attack has been hosting the stream titled "Walking Full Loop" in the Minoti line, unaware that Takano was tracking her location in real time. While financial disputes between the online personalities, their viewers, and uncommon cases highlights the potential dangers of blurred the boundaries of digital relationships. Live stream performers create an illusion of closeness between creators and the audience, sometimes leading to extreme emotional investment when money becomes. Okay, so. All right, hold on. When money becomes involved, connections can take a dark turn. Takano, who allegedly borrowed from a loan agency, funded his financial support for Sato, expressed bitterness in the conversation with acquaintances. His message suggests that he felt manipulated, listing a series of justifications that Sato has used to request money from covering club expenses and escaping to personal troubles. The case raises a critical question about the responsibilities of digital creators and their audience. At what point does financial support cross the line? Independence on how live streamers protect themselves from escalating conflicts with viewers who feel entitled to more than just entertainment. As an investigation continues, tragedy, the case served as a stark reminder that unforeseen consequences that can arise or online interactions turn personal. Yeah, that does happen a lot. I can agree with this. But this is a best assessment of the situation. Um, Considering that Arasato, or under the handle Ike Megumi, I would say that this is kind of a sad case to where the guy should have never done that. If the girl was going to ask you for money, you should just ignored her and left. Because you knew, I know you had good intentions to help her out, but you should have let her handle it on her own. Because sometimes you can't really help a person, even if you feel connected to that person. I understand that a lot of people like this person. She's an online personality, but sometimes online personalities do have their flaws, and it's kind of sad that this person Kenichi Takano did murder her, and I kind of do feel bad that that happened. So yeah, it is a crazy situation. What happened to her it's crazy. So yeah, it is a crazy situation, and it's no surprise that this happened. I got screwed over again. Go ahead and start the show again. I'm gonna start the show because it is crazy that this happened because I'm looking at the timeline, and yeah, it is a sad situation to what happened to her. just trying to fix something here. I'm having technical problems. Go. Start. Yeah. So this is kind of a situation that happened, and I'm kind of sad that this happened. So yeah. It's unfortunate that both the victims. This guy should have never done it, but unfortunately, people get out of control. It does happen a lot. And I'm gonna have to probably try this again because I'm just trying to figure out what to do. So yeah, that's pretty much what's going on. I'm just kind of like surprised by this whole situation because this situation is a sad news in culture for for Arasato's family. Yeah, I'm sorry. This is a sad day for them, and it is kind of sad that a man described an anti-fan in his 40s alleged to be the stabber, not known to, not known, not much known about Arasato's private life. She has produced content such as 311 walking around Yamamoto's line, and some websites claim she had been creating content since high school. Twitter user Let's spread the news. IRL streaming is absolutely dangerous. So owing someone 13K US dollars, 21-year-old Arasato was murdered Tuesday morning. Yeah, this is kind of the thing. It's like a moral panic situation, fearing for their lives type of thing. But the thing was, the people kind of confuse it as, oh my God, these people are going to kill me in IRL life because I'm this and this. And it's like, they always seem to do this all the time. Like, I'm reading some of the things that are happening right here. Like, they try to insert themselves to the conversation about, oh my God, I might be next. This woman died. I might be next. And it's like, you're still alive. You're not going to die. No one's going to run up to you and stab you. I hate when people do that stuff. It's like, it's unfair when people do this. And it's like, it's stupid enough that people have to understand this is kind of the situation. I don't really think, okay, so the attacker who loaned her money, stalked her, and murdered her on the live stream. To make it more sick, he stood over her bloody dead body, admiring her feet. So yeah, this is kind of the thing. Like, I'm just gonna be honest with you guys because this is something that I'm gonna address in a nicer way possible. And I'm not gonna be mean. I'm not gonna try to, uh, tell you guys this, but this is something I'm gonna tell you. This is crazy. It is crazy that this happened to her. Like, I saw, like Ira Sato is like it's a sad situation. Ari Sato is kind of a 22-year-old streamer. Like, she's 22 years old. She was borrowing. She was asking for money. Ladies and gentlemen, whatever you do, don't borrow money. Better to just tough it out and deal with your life. I know that sometimes people like her have flaws, and it's kind of sad that this person also had flaws, and decided to take it out on her because he was foolish enough to give her money out of the kindness of his own heart and realizing she just wasn't really a good person. The one thing you should have learned is not to give your money away to people that are total strangers to you because you probably didn't know this person. The fact that this is a person that, to my understanding, according to some sources, like she did like some voice acting for online content. It was sort of kind of she was kind of paid to do that stuff. And sadly, this is becoming a situation to where it is sad that this happened to her. By the looks of what happened, I'm not going to show you the clips of the live stream. There are images of what happened, and um, by the looks of what was happening, it is sad that this happened. Like this man practically jumped her and was upset with her, didn't like her. We confirmed due to the fact that some online reports referred to the individual involved in this incident occurred today, March 11th, Tuesday, talking about as a voice actor, has been a misunderstanding leading to our Ayamagami being mistakenly identified, which that was just her handle. So there is an expression of condolences to the actual victim, retaliating that Ayasato was not affiliated with Kaleidoscope Inc. So Ayamagumi, a Japanese actress, made headlines on the same day after seemingly publication misidentified her as Arasato. Kaleidoscope Inc., the agency presented Ayagumi, has been released an official statement confirming that the voice actor is safe. So Ayamagumi is not dead, guys. So Arasato is the person that it was originally identified as. I want to get that out there because that's what happened. A lot of people are misconstruing the news sometimes. Even I admit I make mistakes too. Um, and I know that I'm not perfect in any way. I'm just telling you guys what's going on. Um, because a lot of people called me out on this on the stuff that happened with Pro Jared, and I apologize to Pro Jared. Yeah, I'm sorry. You were innocent, and you have proven your argument as completely honest as you possibly said. You are correct. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about this because there's been a lot of things that are going on. I guess I better go ahead and talk about this next topic because I know that this is becoming a bigger issue. Now, I guess I'll show you guys a clip of what's going on right now in the Japanese movie industry. So,
fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. You're cool. And fuck you, I'm out. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. You're cool. And fuck you, I'm out.
yeah, so that's what's happening. Oh yeah. Speaking of which, here's what Hideki there's a Hideki Kamiya wants his new studio to inherit the teachings of Resident Evil creator Shinji Mikami. Now, Kimiji talks about the new studio Clover in relationship with the former Capcom colleague Shinji Mikami. So, following his departure from Platinum Games the year of the self-proclaimed unemployment, Bayonetta creator uh, Kiyama Hideki came to the studio head and lead game designer of the brand new game company Clover, which Clover it was just a studio that back in the days was around. It was like a developing studio that came around at the time when Capcom needed a secondary studio to help them out, and they depended on Clover, and Clover basically made the games for them. And they made two games, I believe. One was because I'll show you. Clover. Yeah. They did God Hand. They did Beautiful Joe. They did Akami. They might just do Beautiful Joe. But sadly, I remember Silicone Knights, but sadly, Silicone Knights did the game called Toon Human in Eternal Darkness. I wish they would bring back. I know they did Gex, and I know I played Horde before. That was actually a fun game. I know they did Blood Omen Legacy of Kain. They were the first people that did that, and Metal Gear Solid. And they also did Cyber Empire, which is a PC game. But I remember playing the Horde. That was fun. Those were fun. Yeah, this was actually a fun game. It was on. It was also. It may be a 3DO game, but it was an FMV game that I actually liked. Definitely a fun game. It stars Christian. Yeah, for those that don't know, the Horde was actually a hybrid strategy game, but it was fun. It's such a great game. It starts Kirk Cameron. Yes, Kirk Cameron, the pastor. But he used to be like a really good actor back in the '80s with Growing Pains, and he also did other shows too, um, and movies. But sadly, Kirk Cameron, he decided to follow God, which I don't have a problem with that, which is a good thing. The funny thing about him is that he started in this game called The Horde, which was done by Crystal Dynamics, which was like a TSR slash like defense tower defense game. But I thought it was really cool though, and it was generally a fun game. Like I remember playing this game. It was a fun ass game back in the '90s, and this it was like an FMV slash uh real time strategy game that was like with tower defense. Like I remember like looking around the whole thing, just building like houses and everything, and trying to fight off like monsters and everything. It was such a fun game, and it was like I remember playing like so I remember playing this game like, back in the days.
From this day forward, you are Sir Chauncey. I dub thee Knight of the Realm and grant you vast tracts of land in
That
the
was like a
Shinto
fun
plane.
game back around, but you can see right here, like you're trying to build like a whole lot. It was a cheesy game, but it was fun. Like the Horde was actually a fun game with Kirk Cameron. Definitely something I would recommend. I wish they would bring it back. It was such a fun game, but sadly, it just didn't really work out well. And I wish Kirk Cameron would come back, but unfortunately, Kirk Cameron, you know, isn't gonna do that. Like, it is a fun ass game. Trust me. Like, it had a really good cast of like actors in that show. Let me see if I can find it. Kirk Cameron, Michael Gregory. Yeah, Michael Gregory was actually a really good actor too. But Kiyoshi Okawa, the guy, he made those video games. He made the Lone in the Dark, One Eyed Jack's Revenge. Yeah, he directed those. He directed those games, the Japanese version of those games, and he's only credited to 3 games that he directed. While explaining his name in the new Studio Clover, Kayami comments that the reference to Capcom's now defunct Clover Studios. Kami was sorry about that. Kind of distracted right now. So Kami basically is talking about the studio. He mentioned something in his days of working on this at the studio, but he also talked about the fact that the when he was asked about the reason why he left, the reason why I left Platinum Games was because the company's way of thinking was gradually shifting towards the modern model of game development that doesn't place importance on the creator's individuality. Even if it meant the end of my career as a creator, I couldn't allow myself to kill my soul in order to work in an environment that I didn't agree with. So Denki Kamiya says that he left Platinum because he couldn't allow himself to kill his soul. That's actually pretty based and also very thought op- uh, like very open thought about what he said about that. Like it made me think for a moment. Like yeah, that does make sense because yeah, it does make it does kill you inside when people kind of make you do things you don't want to do, but you want to do the things that you want to do, and at the same time they make all these games, and it's sad that Platinum is like losing their best talent. Like a lot of these people leave these they leave these game studios and then they suddenly just decide, well, I'm gonna go somewhere else because this is stupid. Like they're creating these games that are just not really fun, so I'm gonna go somewhere else. And I get where he's coming from this one because yeah, the game industry is starting to from their modern game development of the style that they wanted to do, introducing characters that we don't know about that they want to do. And it's unexpected. Like I'm looking at this from the perspective of Kamiya says that his new Studio Clover is a fresh start for him. He notes that he doesn't literally teach staff things by directly quoting Mikimi, but he has internalized a lot of Mikimi's teachings. I don't tell the staff this is what Makimi would San would say, even step of the way. But in the course of the development games of now, I've always made a decision based on his teachings, and I have shared them with the production team. Basically, was inspired by his mentor, which was Shinji Mikami. Which basically, for those that don't know, let me go ahead and show you guys the creator of Resident Evil. But as far as I know, that's pretty much what's going on. But a lot of discussion about this is pretty interesting. But Jesus, sad that like at least he's like relaxed now. Like he's actually happy because I noticed he wasn't really when I saw him at E3 years ago. He didn't seem all that happy. He was just like very depressed and very unhappy about, especially with Microsoft's marketing. He didn't want to go along with their marketing, and that's why he was upset with Microsoft. Um, Considering that he wanted to make show off his game that was basically like uh, about, like you're just basically fighting dragons and also riding them, which I thought was a really good concept. But sadly, the game kind of was on a shelf, which Microsoft was like, "Nope, we're done. We're not going to work with you." And it was kind of sad too. Even though they Microsoft will allow them to release their games on their platform, but they don't want to work with Hideki Kamiya, considering how stubborn he was. Oh man, David Mahler passed away. That sucks. Yeah, he did the voices for some of the characters for for Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and he had done it for decades. So it is kind of sad that he passed away. I'm looking at the news right now because I'm just like, and this is the guy that everyone's talking about. So in case you're wondering, I'll show you guys who it is. This is the guy. Apparently, he passed away. David Marlowe has passed away. David was best known for his roles in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, voicing such iconic monsters of the day, such as Pudgy Pig, Lizinator, Terror Blossom, Beamcaster, and so many more. He was also the voice beloved Bamboo. Dave was also provided voices for many monsters of the day from Zeo through Wild Force. So yeah, he passed away, so it's kind of sad. That's kind of what's going on. He kind of passed away, and that's what happened. Like, yeah, that's what was really happening right now. So let me see here. In case you're wondering, there's some news that Sakamoto Days live action series listed. So they are planning to make a live action adaptation of Sakamoto Days, which is on Netflix. I actually did check out the series. It's actually okay. I actually really like it. Basically, it's an ex hitman who basically disappeared, got married, had kids, and is working at a local family owned business, which he basically works as at a local general store. I call it a general store, but most people just call them like convenience stores. Like they're just like small little convenience stores like 7-Elevens and all that stuff. That's basically what it is. But other than that, um, I did watch this series. It's actually pretty okay. I know people have their criticism and gripes about it, but I thought it was an okay series. I got what the message was about that series. Basically, Sakamoto wants to get out of that life and have kids and have his life with that one girl that he fell in love with. And it's actually a pretty good series. Uh, but and he kind of brings along with him these people that basically live by that want to work at his store. Like he basically brings them by and work at his store, which I find hilarious. He doesn't kill them. He just basically said, "Okay, you're gonna work here and pay off your debt here." Okay, Tokyo Duel Dead by Daylight officially announced. So, ladies and gentlemen, Dead by Daylight is going to be announced, and that's another thing that just came on the news right now. Um, so if you're interested, you might just buy Dead by Daylight 4 and just play it and download the thing for it. All right, let's see. Tokyo, that's another one. I have to check that out. I got to look up the official. It'll begin in July of 2025 of this year. I got to look up this anime because I'm kind of curious about this anime. Okay, I think this is pretty cool. But the funny thing about it is like it's all blood. His blood is like let me look at the background of this manga because I'm kind of curious about the story. Inherited the blood of Oni. Okay, that's actually a pretty good story. 'Cause I'm kind of looking at the summary because I never read the manga and I'm a bit curious about this manga. So it has like 22 volumes out of 220 chapters, and it's a lot. Has lived out his life without being aware of his background until an unknown man comes rushing into his home and attempts to assassinate him. His foster father is forced to finally reveal the truth after a deadly battle with Samana Moya and Mataro leaves him without a father. He joins Natomando in the Rakashasha Academy, a school for Oni to hone abilities in order to exact revenge on his foster father. Okay, so basically it's blood-like abilities Okay, so they also have blood-like abilities that basically makes them use like in shape like a gun. Hmm. This is interesting. This is interesting. So that's the summary of this manga. I might read it. I might just try it. This Togi Anaki, whatever it's called. Tojin Tojin Anaki. Dark Demon of Paradise. Huh. I'll look at. So basically, his blood is basically the ability, is his powers. His blood and everyone else's blood is like it's supernatural blood. That's their superpower. So that's actually pretty interesting. I would probably check this out because I'm kind of curious about this anime. Because considering that they're making an anime adaptation to this thing, and you can see right here the gun. That looks badass though. This Tojin and Aki thing. I'm sorry if I can't pronounce it right. Tojin and Aki, which is basically Blood Devil Paradise or what it's called. But I don't know. This is kind of interesting. Thick thighs save lives. Okay, so it does have a community. Might read it. Might read it. I might read it. Okay, here's another one. Darwin's Incident. They just announced that they were going to plan on doing. Toho's announcing that they're making the anime for it, and it's coming out on January 26th of next year. Here's another one. Lord of Mystery season 1 is currently listed in 13 episodes. Broadcast begins July the 2020th of 2025. BC May Studios, which introduces this new character solving mysteries in his mind. That's basically what it is. It's like he's Black Lagoon author. Now, this is actually an interesting story. Black Lagoon author Reho opens up about his battle with depression. In the new interview, he stated that his belief death of his ailing father intensified to put into work of Roberto's revenge arc, where some of the factors led to his depression. Judging his father's illness, fans' mixed reception of Roberto's revenge caused Hero a great deal of stress. He tried to push through the stress to meet the fan demand, but it burnt him out and led to the manga's hiatus. Hero credited his author's patience for understanding to work with him and continue his work. Yeah, so it tells me that Black Lagoon didn't didn't end there. It didn't really end there. That he was unable to overcome depression back in the days into his thick of action, renewed vigor, and which is kind of fair. If only I could tell Robota, one of my favorite characters, can't wait to finally get a good figure of her. Yeah, I'll agree. Yeah, that's basically what's going on. Yeah, I'm just looking up stuff on the internet. So yeah, yeah, that was the other news report. Look it up. Oh yeah. Speaking of which, Claimer's Western live action announced it. based on the dark fantasy manga by Nahiro, which I'm hoping he would actually release season two because a lot of people want the ending conclusion of that series, but sadly, it's not going to happen because I know I actually own the Blu-ray of that series. It's actually a pretty good series because it's kind of like Berserk meets like a female version of Berserk, but it kind of had like the mute. Um, it's let me see if I can say it. The Witcher meets Berserk kind of thing. Claymore's kind of like that in a way, except uh, she is pretty much a she's pretty much a demon with a sword who's trying to kill other demons with a sword that basically are trying to kill human beings. And she's an act and of course she's called a claymore, which basically is a protector of those that try to harm humans. The story's kind of a very complicated story, but it's actually a pretty good series for itself. It's actually a pretty good story. Sadly, I haven't read the War of the North. I read through the some parts of the War of the North, and I thought it was pretty good. But I have not read the one where uh, yeah, because the story basically follows a kid who follows a Claymore. That Claymore actually is a really good character, but I haven't heard from him in a long time. I wonder if he's still making manga. Okay, series by Naito. It says Claymore Jin fragments of the Silver Omnibus. It's like 27 books, 15 books, 18 books. 4 books for the Claymore series. And he made a lot of books. He's have won 32 awards on his first work. Undead Man. Undead Man appeared in monthly Shonen Jump, has led to 2 sequels. So yeah, he pretty much is a really good artist in his own way. But it's kind of sad that he's kind of like hasn't been active. So they're gonna try to make another Playmore live action adaptation, which that's another one. Since Sakamoto is making one, they decided to make another one, which I'm kind of surprised that they'll make this one because they wanted a family oriented. They wanted a women only oriented action films and stories that focus on women. And I'm just like, okay, fine, but make sure it's good because otherwise, most people won't watch it. Yeah, Spectre Divide, which I'm surprised. Like I was like reading this story. Apparently, the studio that Shroud Spectre Divide shuts down just 6 months after the launch. All right, Shroud, the very own tactical shooter Spectre Divide, officially shutting down merely 6 months after its launch. Player struggles, the player count struggles are so leading to the closure of the development team. Spectre Divide went on September 2004. Now, half a year later, developers Mount Top Studios have announced that the game is being taken offline, which I haven't heard about this game, and I did hear some. I do believe I did see some advertisers for this game, but I couldn't get into this game, and for some reason, I never heard of this game. And now they're trying to close it 6 months down the line because of the fact that the game wasn't really good, or it was the dwindling player base that wasn't into the game. I personally understand why it wasn't the best game ever. Like, according to initially, the team was optimistic following the update, drawing roughly 4,000 players. Total, the peak of the current of 10,000 across all platforms wasn't enough to have been. We've seen enough of the active players, incoming revenue, the day to day cost of Spectre, and the studio. And we were out funding the support of the game means Mountaintop will be closing its doors at the end of the week, which is kind of sad though. They left out a letter stating that, dear Spectre fans, it's been 2 weeks since the launch. Spectre fans Season 1 Flashpoint, we're incredibly grateful for our positive and support you have shown for that short time. Unfortunately, the Season 1 launch hasn't achieved the level of success we needed to sustain the new game to keep the mountain afloat. We were optimistic about the first week, and we had 4,000 players with a peak of the current of the count of 10,000 on a platform. At the time it has gone today, the cost of the Spectre and the studio since the PC launch, we stretched our remaining capital as far as we could, but at this point, we're out of funding and support of the game. This means Mountaintop will be closing its doors to the end of the week. We expect to take Spectre offline within next 30 days. We plan to disable our new part purchase and refunding money spent since season 1 launch. The platform will be unfollowing for more information on this soon. Pursuing every avenue to keep going, including funding publishers and additional investments or an acquisition at the end. We weren't able to make it work. The industry is in a tough spot right now, and this is a painful update we share. We love Spectre. We are incredibly proud to what we built with the community. From the entire team of Mounts and Mountaintop, we want to thank you, Spectre community, for all your support in the past few weeks. We love every minute, and we sincerely are going to miss you. Spectre, thanks to all our incredible investors, too, without which Spectre wouldn't have been possible. Wouldn't have been possible, sorry. And this involves had been passionate project for us, born out of the love for this genre and this indie team, and sincerely talented individuals who came together from all around to build a game that we believe in. Yeah, so this is kind of the sad part. I'm just gonna skip it. I know that I read this and it's kind of boring. So what it is right now is that the people on this in this picture who built this game, and it looks like they're in Coney Island. No, that's not Coney Island. The UK. So, yeah, it looks like they lost their job. Well, looks like yeah, looks like they lost their job. See you in the breakwater. So yeah, it is kind of sad that this happened. Anyways, I guess I better get back into the whole mess of things. Yes, Gushing Over Magicals gets another season, which is officially in production. Let me see. This is something I kind of found online. Someone actually is posting this. This is by a person that is showing this translation. Currently working on a colored pencil style independent anime window schedule for completion in 2025. Big Bang Dream, American episode of a review process. So this person is actually trying to test out a new style of coloring style animation, which I've seen this style before. Um, and this is nothing new. but I do believe that the person is trying to emulate the style of a certain creator, and I forgot who that creator was when they made that cartoon. I know that there was like a lot of animators that did a lot of strange animation styles, but this person actually is trying to get the coloring of it a little bit better. You can tell that they're trying to do it with colored pencil, but you get that impression of the colored pencil style, and you can tell that they're it definitely is. It definitely does work. I would say yes. This is actually an interesting creativity. And I kind of do like the idea. You can tell this person actually did a hand drawn for the project, and you can tell this is the original style of animation that people do. That's interesting. This is like all hand drawn. Because this would usually take I don't know, a long time to do because it's a lot of work to do when you try to do it in paper. Especially getting the motivation to do this is kind of crazy. But it is kind of cool though. And I did see this type of animation before. Man, I'm gonna have to try to figure out something. All right. Yeah, because I'm just looking at stuff right now. Gushing Magical Girls. And also, I found out I was reborn as a vending machine. Season 2 is currently in production. Yeah. I found out today that that was actually another thing that happened. Yeah, I did see this series. It's kind of interesting. It's basically about a guy who got reincarnated as a vending machine in another world, and he is trying to help these people out with his vending machine. It's like he's just a magical vending machine that just basically gives out like food and all this other stuff, like weapons. It's kind of hilarious. Good. It's a hilariously good anime. I thought it was funny. Like this is a vending machine that's trying to help him out, and he's trying his best to do it, but at the same time, he's actually trying to save the world. he's like the he's like the hero, but he transformed into a vending machine. It's a hilarious anime. All right, let's see what else do we have. Oh yeah, oh yeah, Ember Grums. They're literally making a game for Grums. The mock Grums and call it Comes. Didn't Timple have so Ember 8 an adult game? This is an adult, not safe for work game. Yeah, so Mark Kern is probably gonna be is pissed. He's probably gonna sue them for that adult game, but unfortunately, looks like Mark Kern is gonna have to probably rebrand his game to something else because by the looks of it, he's gonna have to do the whole kaiju versus monster thing. Oh boy. I'll show you what it is. I'll show you what it is. What Demonchi is. Yes, that is Demonchi. It was wrong to pick up girls. It's wrong to try to pick up girls in a dungeon series. So they have their 10th anniversary. 10 years. That's impressive considering it was released in like 73 episodes and 3 opens. Jesus Christ. 73 episodes. It's like this thing came out like in I think 2002? No, 2012. 2012 or 2013. I don't know. It's kind of confusing for me. So, yeah, it's been around since 2012. If I remember watching this series, the first episode on Hulu. So, Spy vs. Family officially gets a return on October 2025. The third season currently in production with Swit and Cloverworks. And also, Mashal season 3 is officially announced in production. And yes, I'm gonna watch that series because why? Because it's the coin. He has to earn that coin so he can earn his way out of there. Type of situation. Ah, yes. Then season 2 is coming. It's gonna come in 3 months this year. So yes, guys, we're gonna see that one. And Crying Freeman, no, that's just me just retweeting somebody. And also in the news, after 18 years, One Piece English dub has officially been caught up with the Japanese version of the main story. Yay. So the new batch of English dub episodes from the Egg Part to One Piece 1000 blah 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 starts streaming on Crunchyroll this month on March 18th, 2025. So, by the looks of this, they're going to be working on this show. 18 years in the making of the English dub of One Piece has officially caught up to the Japanese version of the main story. It has begun. So, yeah, they finally decided to finish the dub of the series, which finally got caught up to. They're starting to catch up to them on the episodes. So, yeah, they're going to try their best to make the dub. Oh yeah, the Hatsune Miku Zaku thing was kind of a joke meme, but Hatsune Miku Day is kind of crazy. Oh yeah, a lot of people are talking about the weeks of the whole Pokemon situation where a lot of people are upset with the fact that they can't buy Pokemon cards at the vendors. Yes, I walked up to the vending machine just to, just for it to be scalped. And yes, I'm petty. Yes, I will berate the scalpers IGF. Because yeah, this guy is really pissed off with these scalpers because he was trying to buy a lot of the Pokemon cards, and sadly, they've been they've been trying to buy out all the Pokemon cards, and it is crazy that these people can't get any cards because it's that bad. The hobby is the hobby is literally toxic now because people are trying to collect all the packs of Pokemon cards in the store. And I know, and you can see right here, their grandparent, these grandparents want to buy their kids Pokemon cards. And sadly, it's like these people are literally buying out all the Pokemon cards. They're all out in stock. He's trying to get all the Pokemon cards, and it's crazy that this guy's like just waiting there, just standing there, trying to get all the Pokemon cards. This guy doesn't really care. He's just trying to sell them at a higher price. It's like he's just buying them because he wants them, and he knows he can make a profit off of them. and it's kind of sad that this is happening in the hobby because of the fact that the higher demand for these cards are, the better the chances of not getting them. Sadly, this thing is actually turning away people from the fandom, considering that the the trading card community is really overrun by this whole issue with scalpers because I understand that people want to make money, but it becomes a situation to where they want these they want these cards for themselves so that they can collect them. And sadly, right now, where I live, cards are $7, like 7.50 a pack, or 7.63 a pack. Right now, it's going up in price. So that's what's going on with that whole situation. So yeah, this is becoming a situation to where people are not happy. Oh boy. Oh yeah. So the good news is One Punch Man is getting a announcement. A third season is coming, and it's going to be airing in October of 2025 this year, which is good news. I did buy the One Punch Man season one through season two Blu-rays, and I was waiting for them to come out, and I was going to watch the whole series myself. It's actually a pretty good series. So I've been waiting a long time for this anime to come out for a long time, and they finally decided to make this anime. Considering that One Punch Man is like 10 years old, and people were waiting for another season of this anime to come out, but it didn't come out. And the funny thing about it is like this anime is pretty good, but sadly, the fan base is getting a little bit tired of the series because of the fact of how long Sataman was just getting his beating up everybody. Let me play this video because I thought this is an interesting complaint that someone made.
I say it all the time, but it's a very special and cool thing that comics made for girls is a thing in Japan. Not many places have that, and the fact that it's still so ostracized means that we still have a long way to go to change our mindsets. As a shoujo editor from Mystery Bonita put it, erasing the labels will only homogenize the categories and leave whatever sells the best left. You know what that would mean? Shonen. So before you can say that we should erase the labels, you also need to put in the work to make them equal. Read things that look feminine. Read things that have female characters or perspectives. Read shoujo. I say it all the time, but it's a very special and cool thing that comics made for girls is a thing in Japan. Not many places have that, and the fact that it's still so ostracized means that we still have a long way to go to change our mindsets. As a shoujo editor from Mystery Bonita put it, erasing the labels will only homogenize the categories and leave whatever sells the best left. You know what that would mean?
All right, I'm gonna be honest with you guys about this because I want everyone to understand. They're talking about shojo manga, like it's for girls, but at the same time, it's like inspiring stories about girls that either in slice of life situations, romance, or whatever. It's kind of what it is. But there's always going to be a market for that stuff because. But I'm surprised that they haven't put like anime adaptations for those shows. Uh, there is some shojo animes out there, and I'm pretty sure there is because I've seen some. Like people don't realize like there are shows out there that are shojo, meaning young girls, is the manga anime demographic primary targeting the young youth and audience, featuring driven romance and character driven stories with themes of friendship, personal growth, and family dynamics. There's so many of them, and one of them. Oh, I did read this one. I did see this one. This is actually the Oron Host Club, and I believe this is the the one on the left right here is kind of interesting. I did see this one before. It is called I think it was made. I forget it was made something. My senpai is a maid. And it's actually a pretty good series, but they canceled that one. Best shoujo anime are always high school romances, often explored multiple genres, offering different stories beyond different school of teenage love. Like shoujo girls means anime, but like I personally, I know people don't like shoujo, but I tend to watch some shoujo shows, and I don't have a problem with them. Oran High School Host Club is a shoujo, but it's funny as hell. There is so many. There's so many animes that have shoujo in it. It's like I don't have a problem with shoujo. Like there's shoujo content. Let me see if I can find it. Shoujo anime. Let's look at a list of animes that are shoujo. Okay, Konichiwa Maid Sama was actually Konichiwa Maid Sama. Misugi Azawa. Yeah, because this is the one I actually did like. It's a good series, but it was short lived, and I actually gave that a 9. I never got to see Oran Horse Club. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I never seen that one. Let me see what else did I see. Banana Fish. I don't think that's a Ashika no Yana. Orange. Nana is a shoujo romance. It is one. Akame no Shinjira. That's actually an okay anime. Yeah, that is considered a. I think I seen that one before. Is that the one with the fox? Yeah, that is the one with the fox demon. Short lived, but it was a short lived series, like 13 episodes, and it was about a girl who I believe was high school enemy. There was quite a few problems of late, beginning with her absentee father, beginning such extreme debt, harassed by a dog. After helping him, she explains her situation and her surprise. He offers his home in gratitude, but when she discovers that said home was run down shrine, she tries to leave. However, she was caught by two shrine spirits, Fox Familiar and named Tomo, and their mistake, which is actually an okay series, and I think it's a good series because, but then again, I kind of it only was like it felt like a short series, but I knew I had to stop watching it. Vampire Knight, it's somewhat of a shojo, but it is considered a shojo romance story because it has a female lead in it. So yeah, it is considered shojo. Lovely Complex is okay too. Fruit Baskets, and I know that Fruit Baskets season 2. Even the even the Todake, it's kind of a interesting series too. Fruit Baskets final. That's funny. Let me see what else is there. There's some animes I have not watched, but shoujo manga with a harem of men. Sailor Moon is considered shoujo, by the way. And there's Vampire Knight Guilty. I didn't watch that one. How can that be considered shoujo? Yeah, Skip Me. I gave that a 7. It was short lived. It did not give out anything. I thought this was actually a pretty good series. I watched that one. I don't think this is a shoujo. That's not a. Doesn't always involve romance. Hmm. And there's a lot of animes I have not watched because I watched anime differently than others. Let's see, shoujo. Gotta watch that one. Taco Can. So many animes. that is shoujo that basically has a lead female character, either has a harem or is in a slice of life storyline. That's basically what it is. Oh man. Oh, they have like a one episode special. I didn't notice. I haven't watched that. I haven't watched that series. So they had a 1 hour special for that one. Konnichiwa Maid Sama. Konnichiwa Maid Sama. Konnichiwa Maid Sama. Kachiwa Maid Sama. Yeah, I mispronounced it because I thought Kachiwa Maid Sama was actually a pretty good series. Let me see. Fushiyugi, yes. That is actually a pretty good series too. Highly recommend, even though it's an old anime. Let me see. Gravitation. That's not really a shoujo. It's more of a boys' love story. But girls like it because it's kind of crazy, right? I don't know. Maybe because I'm just kind of like really bored on this one. I'm looking up on the anime list right now, and it's like, yeah, this is kind of what I'm looking at. What you made some. Man, this is kind of crazy. Let me see. Buddy's here? Yes or no? No, they're not here. They're busy somewhere else. So I'm just doing something right now. So I'm just trying to do some things because I'm like telling you guys what's going on in the culture right now. There's some things that were kind of sad news, but yeah, there was some sad news. That's pretty much what's going on. Oh, don't know what to tell you guys. This is boring as hell. I know it's boring. It's boring. Like there's so much stuff that's really shitty. Because I can't talk very well, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just going to show you some stuff. Yeah.
万物相生相克，不无手中格洛克。
That went viral.
妖怪哪里好？
It would have been cool if that really did happen. If they made a made a Street Fighter game for that thing, made a Street Fighter live action movie. It would totally make sense if John Cena played Guile. All You Need Is Kill, which the director Akimano Kichiro, Berserker Golden Age, and Children of the Sea, sci-fi action about a human soldier repeating everyday life. He will he was killed on the battlefield against aliens, which this is kind of a I think they switched over to a female. And it's kind of the thing, like you can see right here what they're doing right here. And I thought it was interesting because I think this would be a really interesting film to watch. So yeah, and yet it focuses on a female character who just got killed. So yeah, I don't know how they're gonna do this, but this whole you need his kill thing is kind of like I don't know. This is not like an adaptation. Like I thought they were gonna use like the normal like body suits, but I guess they decided to do it with a certain twist because I did see the original one with Tom Cruise, which was basically all you need is kill because all you need is kill manga was actually a really good manga, and I don't know how they did that. Like that's kind of weird. Like this is the book by Hishiguro Sasagura. All you need is kill. He died in battle. He was reborn in victory. And he was trying to. It's like it's a sci-fi story that's pretty damn good, and it is based on a novel. And you can tell like they made it into novel format, but they also made a manga for it too. So they're making an adaptation to this. So, but by the looks of it, like the original, all you need is kill had like the I gotta look up Tom Cruise's movie, Jack Reaper. On the Edge of Tomorrow was the movie, which was a 2000 adaptation of All You Need Is Kill. And I can't believe Bill Paxton was in that film too. Sadly, he passed away. Oh, they got it on Paramount. Cool. I'll probably watch it again because I watched this film several times. It's like some of his films may not make it. Like for example, The Mummy, and I know Mission Impossible movies like he does, but The Edge of Tomorrow was an okay film. It wasn't like the best film ever made, but definitely something that you would probably watch. It's not like it's a very easy film to find, especially The Outsiders. Like that's a very rare film to find, especially trying to collect it. But seeing how they did the whole "all you need is kill" thing, it's a big surprise they're doing that. Would man, Netflix reveals legendary Batman voice actor Kevin Conroy post Mortis role in Devil May Cry anime. Oh, they can't leave. They can't let him alive, can't they? They can't let him go. I don't blame them. Nice. Here's the trailer to Be a Hero X. So Japan, don't try to take it down. I'm just showing you guys the video for purposes of the fact that it is a thing that I'm gonna do. And as you can see, it's transformative. And I'm just saying, like, look, you may not see this as a way to make money, but it is to help advertise it for free. And I'm just showing it to everybody just to show that this whole Hero X anime, to Be a Hero X character trailers, Isol, Megan and Ivan Sasaki airs in April 2025. So they just announced that To Be a Hero X is gonna come out this year, and it's going to be interesting showing a new character. It might be interesting to see how these characters handle themselves. As far as I know, this is what's going on. Isol. All right, so there's a new anime called Food for the Soul. That's interesting. I might just look that up. This is their poster. I'm going to show you guys. This is their poster. You can see right here. Like, hold on. This is their poster. It looks like that little Pokemon-looking creature. It's coming out April 12th by Studio PA Works. That might be interesting. Play more live-action adaptation, which are what do you know? Yanakun's Ordinary Days, visual key novel. Okay. This is coming out this year in October 25. You know, the sorcerer can see. Oh yeah. A sorcerer that's blind. That's kind of the series. Despite this person's disability, they can't see. To Be Here, X nice VA. Nasazaki Hanar. Hmm. That's actually pretty good. To Be a Hero X is kind of weird. There's like so many. There's like so many good. There's so many good animes, but this is actually okay. I can see they're trying to promote this heavily to impress people, and I can see why they're trying to do a visual of the series to show their skills in animation. But you can see right here they're doing a little bit of slow dance. Some of the animation's kind of slow. You can tell that they made some mistakes in this animation. But other than that, it's not a bad anime. To Be a Hero X. Like they're showing like the music and everything. Princess Nonoge getting a 4K restoration. That's actually pretty interesting. Hmm. Okay. Not interested. My Hero Academia Vigilantes. Yeah, and people are talking about the censorship issue about that one. Apparently, one of the characters, which is this girl right here, She has a short skirt, but she had a thong on her short skirt. And it's like the girl with that pink hair with the mask. I forgot her name. I think that one's the one where they were just basically. So this is going to be coming out April 7th of 2025. My Hero Academia Vigilantes. So you can check it out if you want to. It's up to you. I understand you guys are kind of upset about this. Oh yeah, the Hatsumiku McDonald's collab. I recall Japan had a region lock that because of a bunch of negative comments by people, and yeah, that's kind of stupid. But I don't have a problem with it personally. I understand what advertising is and how the business goes, but considering what is going on, they are trying to ruin it. They are trying to hurt it by attacking it. And I'm just like, I don't have a problem with it. I think it's kind of cute. And I don't really have a problem with Hatsumiku being the character that she is, trying to sell hamburgers. And people are upset about this. As much as I hate to say that this is kind of a thing. Oh, yes. Black Torch is coming. For those who don't know, if you're into this anime, I did see the visual trailer for this. It is it has like this bleach vibe meets Sailor Moon. Consider it has a cat, and I was like looking at the official trailer, like this is the official trailer, and I thought it was pretty. And I thought it was a pretty good visual trailer of it that they're doing, and this is by Viz, so this is original work by Viz. Rango is a cat, a talking cat. There is, and he has to fight. And this is kind of like Bleach. Yeah, so it has that Bleach vibe. So he has to take down a bunch of like. This is kind of what's going on. Black Torch. So, what's it about? Let me look this up because I have not heard about this anime. The manga series was written by and illustrated by Tokishi Uritaki, serialized in Senshua Monthly Shonen. And I know that Sensei is going to have a problem with this. Don't worry, this is free advertisement. I'm not trying to, I'm not making any money off of this Sensha, so you don't have to worry. You can claim it if you want to, but I'm not making any money off of this podcast. So this is all just for the fandom thing. This is a hobby. Don't take it seriously. I'm just telling it as it is. So, what is this anime about? This Black Torch. So, according to Wikipedia, I might as well look it up here because this was a canceled Shonen Jump manga that that decided to make a return comeback. And by the looks of what the manga is, so the summary of Black Torch, summary, a 17-year-old Jiro Azama lives a quiet life with his grandfather, utilizing the supernatural ability to speak with animals to befriend and protect them. Both Jiro and his grandfather are descendants of a long-standing shinobi clan training in combat to keep the art of the battle alive within their family. Jiro's life is thrown into an upheaval after rescuing a seemingly normal black cat, Ragu, only to discover the cat is actually a Mononoke, a demonic spirit that has long been at war with mankind when a hostile Mononoke comes looking for Ragu. Jiro uses his shinobi training to jump to the cat's defense, but immediately suffers a mortal wound. Faced with the decision to devour Jiro's feeding energy and restoring himself to full, Ragu instead chooses to give him the remaining energy to Jiro, reviving the boy to transfer also grants him great supernatural powers, a complement of his own shinobi fighting style. This act is a witness by Ryosuke Shinaba, an officer of the Bureau of Espionage whose job revolves around dispatching aggressive Mononoke, which is basically just another version of yokai. Shiba extends Jiro and his grandfather an offer to join the Bureau new squad, Black Torch, to help them battle the powerful Mononoke who seek to devour innocent people. So that's basically what Black Torch is. I think it's interesting. This is kind of like Bleach in a way, except it's kind of like Bleach meets Naruto meets. That's basically what it is. What Black Torch is. Like, it has that Bleach vibe, but it definitely is cool to have. I definitely would read. I definitely would probably read the manga by the looks of the art and everything. So you can see right here. I'm going to show you. Um, you can see right here. This is like the art style. That's basically it has like several volumes. Other than that, it's not bad. This came out in 2018. By the looks of this is according to the Black Torch wiki. So yeah, it does have its own fan base. It does seem to be a really promising manga. I would probably watch, and it's done by 100 Studio Productions. It's coming out in March 9th of 2025. So that's basically what we're going to be expecting from this anime called Black Torch. I hope it will be a good anime. I'm definitely going to watch it. I'm going to definitely see how it is. And hopefully it would be good because I want to see this anime. And I know that people don't see eye to eye to me with about when I want to watch anime. Sorry, I tend to mess up my words sometimes, but I'm hoping to watch this anime because Black Torch seems like a really interesting anime to watch. I'd never read the manga, and to be honest with you guys, I'm mostly an anime watcher. I haven't read a manga in a while. There's some mangas I'm actually trying to get into. I actually bought a couple of volumes of One Piece, and hopefully I can read that. There's also a lot of things that I'm mostly just an anime watcher. I do collect them. I do collect the movies. I do collect the anime sometimes if I can afford them. Um, but the funny thing about it is like I do collect them because I do like them. If I really like them, I'll buy them. Type of thing. If I watched it, I think it's a good anime. I would watch it. So, Rent a Girlfriend, Shinju Family Children TV series. Creator. Okay, so he made a new series called the Shinju Family Children TV series anime new trailer. 7 cities find out they're not blood related, but soon bottle up blatantly start to spring out. So yeah, it's another harem harem series. Might watch it. Okay, here's another one. This is Studio Wit's Moonrise. I don't get the visual of this, but I'm gonna look up the trailer for it. The original anime by Studio Wit. So what is this about? So what is this Studio Wit story about? Well, like let's look at it. What it is. Original. Okay, so it's an up and coming Japanese original net animation, which is an ONA series directed by Mashi Kurozuki Productions with Studio Wet. It's scheduled to premiere on April 2025. Okay. So what's the story? What's the summary of the story? A not so distant future. Let me go ahead and do this. Let me do this with a visual voice. In the not so distant future, humanity has established loosely organized world government with everything managed by the international AI network called I can't even pronounce that name. Sapranata. Sapronate. I can't even pronounce it. I apologize. Let me go with the visual here.
Let me go with the deep voice thing. Let me lower the voice. People live in peaceful lives by loyalty, obeying its rational decisions. However, Sapronata Lunar Development Project, which sends criminals and pollutants into the moon to maintain Earth's peace, creates disparity and poverty on the moon, sparking the catalyst for war. Jacob Jack Shadow gets caught up in the conflict after losing his family to terrorist bombing by the Moon Rebel Army. Vowing revenge, Jack joins the Earth Army as a scout on the moon and discovers an unexpected leader among the resistance forces.
There you go. There's your free advertisement right there, guys. That's what the moon like. This is what I'm looking at. This is the summary. I'm going to show you the summary of it. This is where I got it from. I got it from my anime. I might plan to watch this. It does have a visual for this. I can't play the music due to copyright. Studio Wit. Okay, this is actually pretty interesting. The visuals are somewhat impressive. What is with these people? Okay, he's a space wizard. Oh my god, he's a space wizard. That's some really cool ass stuff. He became a space wizard fighting off the forces of evil. This is called Moonrise. Okay, I get the impression this is like an anime about space wizardry. This guy's a fucking space wizard. My god. I'm looking at the visuals of this thing. It is really awesome. I gotta say, a space wizard. They should have just called it Space Wizard on the Moonrise. This anime should have been called that. That's what it should have been called. Space Wizard. Jack gets his and Jacob Jack Shadow. So Jack Shadow, that's his name. The Space Wizard. Should have been called a Space Wizard, man. That anime is a Space Wizard. Like it would have been cool. Like it would have made total sense to make it a Space Wizard. No. Like this is what I would say. Space Wizard. That's what I would say. This is what I would say. Space Wizard. Get over it. Space Wizard. Yeah. Make that anime happen, guys. Make that anime happen. I would watch it. Just because it has a space wizard. All right, let me see here. What else do they have in that's out and about? Season 2 visual novel coming out. Okay. Go Go Loser Ranger Season 2 is coming out on April 13th of 2025, which it's March, so we're still on that day. Torres wants to be the Mask Rider anime adaptation. Solo Leveling Season 2. 10 previews. Let me see. Grand Blue Season 2 starts. Okay, that's several years later. Rock Lady Modesty TV anime will come out in April 2025, April 3rd of 2025. Shinononi, How to Become an Ordinary Season 2 new trailer. Okay, so this is going to come out on April 5th as well. Tales of the Secret Saint, an anime adaptation announced. In case you're wondering, I'm going to show you guys what it looks like. This is the art for it, the art poster. This is kind of probably a shoujo anime by the looks of it, because it has a girl that's leading this whole thing and has two attractive men probably fighting over her beauty. That's what I'm looking at right now. Let me see what else. Yandere Dark Elf, Chase Me from Another World TV series starts April 6th. I can't wait because I want to see another harem anime. I can't wait for that anime to happen. Oh yeah, this is another one. This is actually a really good one. I saw this like last 2 weeks. I wasn't able to see it, but I thought it was really cool. So I'll show it to you guys. I'll show it to you guys right now. It's the Demon Slayer slash BL baseball league, major baseball league promotion that they did for it by Studio UFO Table, and I'll show it to you guys. So hold on, let me show you guys what it looks like, because this is actually pretty good. All right. No. What the heck happened? All right, here we go.
ついにやってきました。メジャーリーグベースボールの東京シリーズ。日本人5名がロサンゼルス・ドジャース、シカゴ・カブスという名門チームの主力メンバーとして凱旋です。いやー、今年の大谷はどう？
Yeah, and this is by the MLB. I wish they would make a video game out of this. If they use that style of animation, I would love to see it happen as a video game, and it would be cool to use like the 3D cell shading for it. It would have been actually worth it. Okay, Demon Slayer Infinity Castle movie coming to the U.S. and Canada on September 12th of 2025. So, yeah, we're expecting that to come out soon. In September, guys. Come on. Anyways. Windbreaker, April 3rd of 2025. That's another one that's coming out, and that's season 2. So yeah. Clune Genetical Romance. Ooh, this is the one I was looking at, like I heard about. I was thinking of watching this.
私、記憶がないんです。過去の自分を全く思い出せない。
みんなクーロンに恋をしているんだ。新しいものなんて必要ないんだよ。クジライ、ヒーローは遅れてくるってのがお約束だろ。
私は工藤さんの知ってるクジライ玲子ではないんでしょう。
知らないのはお前の方だろ。はほうだろ。
知らないのか、ひまわりの花言葉。あなただけを見つめてる。
知らないのはお前の方だろ。
Here, this is Kung Lao. This is like the buildings are stuck together, and what they did was create this like huge utopian, like it's not a utopia, but it was kind of like buildings stuck together in unison. Like they're all stuck together, like no joke. They built like bridges and everything. They built like areas where you could go through and maneuver, especially underground of it, the underground area of it. Like this place is like was commonly known for criminals and all that other stuff, but at the same time, it was home for a lot of people. The problem was is that there was like this was like an old city built out of like a lot of stuff, and people like made makeshift like shacks and everything, underground like stores. It was very visually appealing. It felt like a cyberpunk city in a way that was so like they had like compact apartments, home, like you have rich and poor people living there. It was a city that was like unbelievably uh like modular, but at the same time it's like it was an essentially, I don't know if it's still around, but it's actually a real city. It's actually a real city that's been around in China and in Asia. Kulao is actually Kulao is actually a generic romance. I would say this is worth watching. I would probably watch it because I want to check it out because it is an interesting place to explore stuff down there. But too bad they Kulao is no longer around. From what I heard from a friend of mine, they kind of demolished that area. Urban area of Hong Kong comprised of the Kowloon Peninsula. The Kowloon was known for this high population density, vibrant mix of shopping, arts, and entertainment. But the building is like the city of anarchy. Like you can see right here, there's a shopping mall, an apartment nearby. Like this was no joke. Like they built this like area. They built this area out of like you can see right here. Like for example, like this would not have like windows and everything. This would be like a room, and that's what it looks like. But if you go into Clune now, like I don't know if it's still around, but it was such a small area. Like this was Kung Lao back in the days. Like people had like visual pictures of Kung Lao. Like there is so many pictures of Kung Lao like you would not believe. Like that's the inside of the building. That's like inside of a building. It's like an underground. Like they had like bars. They had like arcades. They had like all this stuff inside this area, including cooking. And it was like a historic place that everyone lived at, and also had apartments. Like this place was like this guy actually showed the
A
Kung Lao
Shan
area.
Suking designer diner. I am in Hong Kong this morning.
Like this guy basically
And
showed
it's
you Kung Lao.
created by the city. They have a QR code. It will take you to the number of the tree, and you're able to.
But it is a outside of it is
An hour
beautiful.
park like
Inside
this.
of it, like
It's,
Grammarly is a must-have for all students. For
it's like
example,
a
when I'm writing
walled-up
emails to
city, but
professors or any other writing
it's a-
tasks such as
but
essays and discussion posts, I
living
always
there
run
is
my
actually
writing
pretty
through Grammarly. For example, they help you brainstorm initial topics.
and people consider
A
that
Shan
like the
Suking
cyberpunk
designer
city
diner.
because of how you know the structure is, and you can see the inside of it. Like that's like certain areas of Kung Lao. Like the structures are pretty old, but they actually are like and it's like a really good it's like a really weird tourist attraction among Japanese people for some reason because they really like the city and its structure and how they designed it like engineered wise should not be around but yet it's still around for some weird reason and for decades people kind of figured out how did this city become so freaking like This was like the outside. Wow. Because I would like to watch this series. It's actually pretty good. That's funny. Oh yeah, speaking of which, yeah, they're planning to release season 3 end, which will air next year of January. So you guys can check it out amongst yourselves what you want to watch. So yeah, that's pretty much what you expect. I'm hoping to see that anime. But anyways, guys, I might have to go. I'm gonna probably leave and take care of some things. I gotta make sure I get things done. I haven't been able to do a lot of things. I know that there's been a lot of things that are going on lately, but that's pretty much it. My friends haven't shown up yet. They usually appear, but they haven't been active in a while. So I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. You guys have a good day. I appreciate you guys showing up at this night. I'm gonna get out of here. You have a good, wonderful night, and take care. Bye bye. Thank you for watching. Peace. I'm out.